that's what got me interested when I moved out of Integral Life and formed Story Studio. We really looked at that question: what are the stories we're telling about the now and the future? And then the democracy story surfaced about a year ago, as I said. And we just said, we're really interested in climate change, and we're really interested in women's right to choose. We're really interested in all these different subjects. But if we don't have a democracy in this country, then the rest of it sort of doesn't matter for us. I mean, the rest of the world can do what they're going to do. And so we really started to focus on this. And then that's what has emerged out of all of that is, what are the stories we're telling about this question? Is democracy, threatened in this country, or how could it thrive, would be the more positive side of that. And the last thing I'll say about that is that those of us at Story Studio, we are independents. I mean, politically, we have issues both with the MAGA Republicans and with the Democrats in terms of neither one of them really telling a story or a narrative that we think is going to lead us to the next world. So when we look at these things, we look at both sides. And it's easy to see the MAGA story right now because it's so front in the news. And Donald Trump, said he's going to, announced he wants to run for president again last night. And we heard that MAGA story again in spades. And the Democrats are sort of celebrating about what happened in the midterms. We can get into all that. But that's the perspective that we take, is that neither party seems to be capable of moving us toward the world that we all want to live in. And so we look at both sides and say, look, both of these stories need to evolve and change if we're really going to have the world that we want, rather than this dystopian world that we keep saying this is where we're headed.